cozy on. As soon as it shows that I'm live, there we go. Checking that volume. It sounds like it's working! Hello everyone, Bubble into 720 here, bringing you part 121 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. So, still no new event. So, we are gonna get on our gear, slap on our Defiance, and then I need to go to the Crystarium. Hope everyone's doing alright. Oops. No, not you. There we go. Dependence. That's where we're going. And I picked up all those other missions. So we're going to follow some storyline. That's what we're going to do. If I manage to push to 80, we'll do the side story for the tank. Welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you. You'll find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope that they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Yes. Very good, sir. I bid you a pleasant evening. See, part of the reason... Ooh, sandwich basket. Man. Part of the reason why I need to do that storyline is I'm going to get gated at a certain point. So, that's the reason why I'm going to get on that. But I want to do them when I hit 80, so that way I can just do the whole entire list and be done with it. Goodies. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the Flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the Flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
You're putting me off my dinner. That would be so fucked up to say. Not everything, or how about tell me about Seto?
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
I do have Lefty. He's my right-hand chocobo. I do need to eventually color him up. All that food got eaten. I seem to be cutting a nice... Ooh, real politic. Cutting some nice finery right there. I got a little bit of fashion going on. Did I get a new title? I did. The Fey Touched. A party soon divided. Uh-oh. Good evening to you, sir. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the Ocular. He asks that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Cool. Let's go talk with them at Selk. Oh, wait. Looks like there's something over here that I need to get. What is this? Manic Pixie Dream Realm? Oh, wait, nah. I think that's, that unlocks the pixies as a beast tribe. Methinks. 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure that's what it is. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you to the Ocular. Yes, please escort me to the Ocular.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Emmett Selk, I presume. Yep. There he is.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe.
Huh.
Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
I'm the only one that gets aggressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
Let's see, what's the rhyme? An Ashian is evil 100%?
Wage your war against the Sin Eaters. Put each and every Light Warden to the sword. Prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs.
And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
A kernel, perhaps, not one jot. I don't know, but if he crosses us, I'll make him wish he hadn't. I'll say a kernel, perhaps. I don't know, but if he crosses us, I'll make him wish he hadn't. There we go, I'll say that.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Armareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Armareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
I believe I'm heading to Raktika next.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
Yulmore?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luram.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather the ruins of a church, at Fort Job. Might I ask that you go there before seeking out Y'shtola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within that hall there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove of use to Y'shtola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart for Raktika, we shall journey on to Fort Job, that we might secure this relic. So it sounds like on my way to Raktika, we're gonna do as much of the missions as I can to get Aether Currents. And I'm gonna double check to make sure that that pixie is the pixie mission over here is not what I think it is. I'm pretty sure that this is the pixie unlock. Yeah, that's the unlock for the it's the unlock for the Beast Tribe. Not something I need to be doing right now. West. We're gonna go out west. We're gonna knock these out. Oh, well, over here, might as well do this. There you are. Very good. The Sin Eaters were sighted west of the Ascensor Gate, so we'll need to head through there before we begin our search. Oh, and if you happen to have any objections to killing Eaters for sport, remember that many were once innocent people. You'll be doing them a favor putting them out of their misery. Hey, Lefty, we were just talking about you. Yom South. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was about to say, don't tell me it's up top. This is easy enough. I like how they shortened the Aether Current list. It got ridiculous back in Heavensward when I first introduced it. Northwest by a lot. Lakeland just needs 1 foot one. Hello. Ah, that's a B rank. You know, it'd be kind of cool if you could turn yourself into your own mount. Kind of like the Worgen were in World of Warcraft, where you can just all fours it and just run. And then it doesn't have a music to it. You could just ended up using the world music. But I digress. There's probably a way to turn off the music and then have regular sounds going. I wouldn't doubt that I'm just being a goof. Well met, traveler. What brings you to our outpost this day? A supply order. A supply order from Tiana at the Hostile Imperative. But why, pray tell, are you delivering this and not one of our own men? That's what I'd like to know. I intend to claim a reward. Ooh. I'm just saying I intend to claim a reward. I see you're not just brave, but resourceful as well. Well, with the roads so dangerous these days, there's good coin to be made running messages between the outposts, no doubt. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you'll be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping I might trouble you to deliver the supplies Tiana has requested. I'm afraid the recent Sin Eater attacks have left us rather short-handed. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery. I invite you to make yourself comfortable while you wait. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment here. It is a military outpost, after all. Perhaps you could converse with the soldiers? It'd be sure to raise their spirits, and you just might glean some useful information out of them. Ah, frag you. You suck making me have to talk with people. I'm just kidding. Let's go summoner for this. Rediska's round. Yonard. Hail there, friend. Say, have you ever wondered how Rediska's round got its name? Wait, don't answer that. I have a mind to tell you anyway. Ha ha ha! Rediska was a guardsman in the earlier days. One of our best and bravest, as the records tell. They say he gave his life holding off a horde of Sin Eaters just long enough for a group of refugees to flee to safety. The body of this hero was discovered right here at this tower, and ever since then it's been named in his honor. Makes a man proud to serve, I say. Makes a nice diving board. A traveler, ha! You're an odd one to pick this place for a leisurely excursion. Me, I could think of 100 places I'd rather be. Name a few. But since you were kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit about this place? Rediska's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, this clarion call would ring out through Lakeland to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim. To warn the residents of Lakeland of Sin Eater attacks. I would that day return when its ring again brings only joy, not fear. Lutosai. It's almost like the Batosai. Oh there, stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the round? She's an odd one as far as forts go, wouldn't you say? Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over what was left and converted it into a lookout tower of sorts to serve as us in our struggle against the Sin Eaters. Seeing as how it stands at a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. You can see threats coming in from miles away, and send out patrols to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it gets kind of lonely all the way out here, but what can you do? Ah, there you are, friend. Did my men have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. I am pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and are ready for delivery. Before that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. You'll give me that, but... yeah, Lefty, let's get out of here before we have to take anything else. Ooh, it's just straight west. I'm gonna get these, smack them out. Okay, so it looks like it's in the fort itself, so I'm surprised. Let's go and knock these out while we're here, and then we'll do the rest of it. Sentry Amoro. The Amaro stares intently in the general direction of Damp Soul. Gui? Gui! Oh yeah, I gotta go save a soldier. Ah, zone yours. Charging into action. There's the sentry Amaro. The Amaro eyed the wounded soldier with a gaze that could almost be described as concerned. This must be the sentry who was separated from his mount. Gui? Gui! The Amaro eyes you with an expectant gaze. You sense it is hoping that you will tend to the man's wounds. Oh. Healing salve. I was trying to find my key items. Thank you, friend. When the beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it was the end of me for sure. But however did you know where to look? Your buddy, the mount, took care of you. My mount led you to me, you don't say. I owe you an apology, little fellow. Here I thought you ran off in fear of my foe, but it turns out you were looking for help the whole time. Can you forgive me for doubting you? Gui! And with that, I'd best head back to the Imperative and let everyone know I'm alright. Thank you, my friend. You saved my life today. I'll probably end up teleporting back over to Fort Job. Oh my god, really? Come on. I look away for 1 second. I get stuck on the scenery. I would like to be able to fly in this zone again. Again, it's jarring when I'm on my main and then I hop to this character to stream and I'm like, why am I anchored to the ground? Ah, there you are. I was hoping that you'd return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man has safely returned to the Imperative. Those Amaro can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. I'd say this one's earned himself some extra feed for dinner today. Yay. "91 to the southeast." Ah, well, we'll deal with this and then we'll go southeast and grab the stuff. Can I go in here? Nope. Alright, so that means I gotta go up this ramp. Alright. We're just gonna jump off. Whee! impaled myself. Saw you hard at work out there, friend. I'll rest easy tonight knowing that some of the ugliest patches of our walls are looking as good as new. Are you familiar with the history of the Imperative, perchance? It was built nigh on a century ago by the elves who ruled Lakeland in those days. After the flood, it served as one of our bastions of defense against the Sin Eaters. Yes, this fort's taken its fair share of beatings, but it stands tall to this day, watching over and protecting the Crystarium and its people, and it's our job to keep it standing. Material and manpower shortages be damned. Of course, we couldn't do it without the generous efforts of volunteers like you. I reckon you have a real talent for repairs. Mayhap I could interest you in joining the Guard as a full-time wall mender? Haha, just of course. I've already taken enough of your time today. Thank you, friend, and do be careful out there. Alright, Lefty, let's go get this last Aether Current. We're gonna go southeast, then I'm gonna port all the way over here, and we'll get the last mission, and yay! I'll be able to fly in Lakeland. It'll be my second spot. "13 yomps to the south." Something tells me it's way up there. Yeah, it's up there. When in doubt, take the high ground. This will also help me clear out my woefully heavily laden, there it is, heavily laden journal for my quest log. Alrighty, I'm gonna burn one of these to go to Fort Job. Yes, I was right. I always get these two mixed up. Alright, Chatwick. A package. Oh, food for Mother. Everyone will be so pleased. Her last letter mentioned how distraught she was to hear that members of the Guard had given their lives at Holminster Switch, and how touched that so many were more risked themselves to protect it. But of course she would be. Our whole family is from there, after all. I expect that she wanted to express her feelings by preparing food for us. She does that. Wait a moment. You were at Holminster Switch too, weren't you? I saw you on the front lines. Yep. I knew it. I don't think I could ever forget the sight of you, facing down eater after eater without ever once flinching. And it's not just me. You're an inspiration to all of us. Here's an idea. What if you pass these out to the rest of the Guard? I'm sure they'll be awestruck. I kind of also wish that you could do like this stuff, like the armaments. Keep them sitting around in your house. I'd love to do that. Alright, there's someone in this building that I need to give food to. There's a bunch of people I need to give food to. I'm just gonna do this. Roldard. Broaldard. A homemade meal. You have my thanks for this, of course, but also for the battle. I remember you well. Though we lost many, it would have been many more without your aid. Stuck on the boxes. Once I have this done and I get to be able to fly, we'll get done with this. Bjorn. Ah, food, thank you. And may I just say it's a true honor to have you here. Your bravery on the field will not soon be forgotten. Gremcog. Wicked White, you're him. You were there in the middle of it all, strong as 100 men. A bulwark against the tide of eaters that threatened to overwhelm us, and now you've brought me a sandwich. Jeanric. Chadwick's mother made this. That's the Best news I've had in days. Her cooking is excellent. I was sorry that we couldn't save their home, but at least the whole family made it out alive. Alrighty then. This should allow me to fly in Lakeland now. Pleased, were they? I expected as much. I apologize for asking such a trifling task of you, but we lost a lot of people on that battlefield. Anything that might raise morale is well worth trying. And I thought that if they admire you even half as much as I do, well... In any case, you have my sincerest gratitude. Saved my favorite portion of the food for you, so please take it along with my thanks. Oh cool, got some grilled rail. Yay, Freebird Lakeland. Here amidst these ruins we will find the Church of the First Light, and within that hallowed hall the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. Oops, give me a second. I got a message. A little faith. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from that fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin-Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet where there was light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. The behemoth is the first to fly here. So I'm looking for something. It's probably underneath. Yep, here we go. Gotti. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark. And its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the knights blessed. Or blessed. Who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes. Indeed, it was beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Y'shtola in her seclusion doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed in their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. Search your surroundings for the tablet. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target an area, inspect it with R2/X. With a tablet, a fragment of Holy Scripture, it would be assuredly rest here on this altar. Yet this would, I presume, also have been where the Blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whither then would they have sent the tablet? Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. To be honest, I don't even remember where it's at. Wait, there it is. It's in the table. You have located a time-worn tablet. Within the altar, thou sayest. Sorry, I keep getting messaged. Not escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Runka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth the Y'shtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Into the dark. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pain to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the Blessed that one's own name must ne'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not to the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases masters their disciples. So it is that Y'shtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Wood's border. I wish people would remember that I like to stream on my off days. So that way I can have less interruptions. Drop. Markant. Well met, traveler. What business brings you here? I'm here to go to the wood. Yes, of course. Right this way. Cutscene!
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
A lot of people joke around about this music.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Sidia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Yeah.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
And he's part of the group now. What is it now? Do you expect me to regale you with friendly banter? Oh, very well, I will humor you this once. You may consider it my latest act of good faith. Come on, then. What do you wish to know? Why choose this form here in the first? Well, well, what a curious question. Mortal flesh is but the vessel into which we Ashians pour the elixir of our souls, molding it as fits the occasion, or not, if we so choose. Be it for a year or a millennium, I prefer to retain the same form until my duty is done. So after arriving here in the first, I fashioned some hapless body into the man you see before you. Though, as your friend over there can attest, there are those of us who forego such alterations. He was ever the rash one, La Habrea, jumping from vessel to vessel, never heeding the toll it took on him. What's the other one? Oh, actually, never mind. Nothing to ask me. Why are you still here? Don't you have wardens to vanquish, a realm to save? His plainer Ashian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner. And so long as the light warden remaineth, white warden, the sin-eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. Not as done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed succumb. 2 years past, a swarm of sin-eaters did lay waste into their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in so doing. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on. Wayward souls in way of a guiding hand. For a mercy, Y'shtola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps to Forgone. Forgone. It's a tomato. Ah, Trossoraptors. Are you gonna attack me in here? Okay, they left. Yeah, it looks like a ruin here. This place got wrecked. Looks like fire ravaged.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Uh-oh. Incoming.
Now, surround them!
A lot of range. Casters and bowmen.
They're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Kupo. I have to do that. Please, we're not Sin Eaters. I have to do the Kupo.
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Sorry, Thancred.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Hey, Stola.
Enough. Runar, report.
Master Matoya!
One of the most badass garbs yet.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
I was kind of thinking about paying the real money to get Y'shtola's armor for this one, because it's so amazing looking.
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not?
It's because of me.
Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Do I get to say something?
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
Been too long, clearly. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya. Truly thought me a Sin Eater. It's nice to see you too, Master Matoya.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
The only thing of her new getup that I'm not a fan of are her gloves. The rest of the armor, absolutely love. I'm thinking about buying it, especially for the boots. I don't get a lot of boots that I like in this game. I'm not a fan of duckbills and like weird, like pointy toes and stuff like that. And I like kind of like thigh boots kind of thing for characters, especially for like adventure games. So that makes them look like they're actually geared for the adventure. I don't know. I'm being very bougie and picky about stuff. Yeah, I've been busy since arriving in the first, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. Wait, I need to double check to make sure that there wasn't anything up. It's a good thing I looked around. I gotta get as many of those as I can. Even though I'm still kind of locked out because of the missions. Getting closer and closer to 79. Once I hit 80, then basically once I hit 80, I'll be doing that storyline, get that knocked out of the way. It's kind of like what happened with Crystal Tower series with the Realm Reborn. It wouldn't let me go on until I finished the Crystal Tower set. So there you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the 12s would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. And also get me the very first, Aetherite.
Slitherbough is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
I kind of like that bow.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
You also get her hairdo if you buy the armor. Glam. I think it's only for one character though, it's not account wide. Those candles look so fake. I still would love them for my house.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
Yeah.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Oof. Barb struck.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Damn.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Nice way of saying leave us. We got shit to talk about. A day in the neighborhood. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can imagine but how Alice and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you have changed. Change is part of life. We can but hope it's changed for the better. That's what I'm going to say. Pardon me, sorry. My throat's a little messed up. You're right. And after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worst. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. Pardon me, sorry. You know, I should probably grab this. Sorry, Runar. Don't mean to be rude, but you know, I need to anchor. Welcome, friend. Welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium, I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika. Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priest slain and our home in ruins, we were in the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. But before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. Someone's smitten. Smitten kitten! She is such a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know that there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to, so long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence to the dark. In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Let's humor them. You can also get the current Minfilia's gear as well as a glam. Ingvar. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of the light's impurity? As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. It's a good thing I didn't start catching on fire due to all the light that I've absorbed. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect, unless... By the gods, Master Matoya was right. You are sin eaters. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alan Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alan Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the Blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. With the chat say in mode, enter Alan Tuta to greet the villagers of Slitherbow. I would love to have learned that, bow. It's one of my favorite looking bows. I don't know if you actually could get that as a emote. Sorry. I guess I have to say it like this. There we go. See what I mean about how it being specific? I just had to undercase the first letter. The elderly woman smiles warmly. Hi, newly come traveler, Alan Chi-Si, and welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Oh, I wasn't supposed to jump down here. My bad. I saw people and I thought, hey, let's say Alan Tuta. I'm not going to trample on your crops. Alan Chi-Si, welcome friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods, and you will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Ugh. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. I'm gonna do this. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. A helping hand. Ah, you have returned. Very good. No doubt they are glad of your company. It has been too long since we have had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. Speaking of which, you must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. We must arrange food and lodgings. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. I'd rather not. It would be my pleasure. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ursabel when you are finished. She'll be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill you water. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Take the jug of water from the square to the square before the contents leak out. You'll have 45 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return them in Philly and try again. There's another thing that bothers me. Like, oh, there's a jug with a hole in the bottom. You gotta go water all the stuff. Hurry. But you can't sprint. You have watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water to take care of the rest. Was there enough water for the plot? Only half. Only half? I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. Take another jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 30 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return them in Philly and try again. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. My apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Tadia's duty, but she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. That's not a lot of food. I don't know how you manage. If the Blessed not considered leaving, life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history, how our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin-eaters. The people here were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth they found new faith. They believed that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. So many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. There's a plus over here that I need to grab. Barthon. What we do for family. You're the guest Master Matoya was telling us about. Please, you have to help me. I've searched high and low, but I can't find my friend Karnas anywhere. I fear he's run off to Fort Gone again. It's where we grew up, but it was abandoned years ago after the Sin Eaters attacked. The place is teeming with all manner of beasts now, and Master Matoya has expressly forbidden anyone from setting foot there. I don't know what's gotten into him lately, but we have to find him before he gets hurt. If you should find him first, you'll want to tell him our password, Tuktu. He's a skittish sort, so don't delay in telling him so he'll know you mean no harm. There'll be a little bit before I find your buddy there, friend. I'm actually going to put that away for now. Lost but not forgotten. Done tending to the crops already. Yep. Very good. Should not be long before your room is ready. Runar. In the woods. Sin Eaters, I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest. For a mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherbough. And we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Tadia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for Sin Eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down. But if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about the stone? A few days past, Tadia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at their funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now... we're gonna go get it. What if I could find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the Light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need of... and I can help. Please let me do this. Very well, but if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry, I'll come with you. Thancred doesn't need to know. Don't worry, I'll come with you. Thank you. With you at my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. I kind of want to dye this a certain color. Kind of want to do this number. Blue with the gold. Lefty! There was an armor back in a game called Lagoon that had blue and gold. The blue cloak with gold armor on it. It looked pretty cool. And the funny thing was, is one of the places was named Lakeland. It's like the starting town. I thought I saw a, thought I saw one of those, Aether Currents, that's why I veered. There, the Sin Eaters. Now, those are the big ones. I was hoping there would be only be one. We each take one down. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Let's get to it then. Perhaps we should split them up. What do you propose we do? I'm going to ask her that, because I'm going to try and... I'm going to ask her so that way I could try to foment her own thought processes, you know, like thinking for herself. Fighting them together here would make a lot of noise, which might attract beasts or other eaters. But if we fought them separately and quietly, we might not have to worry about that. Sounds good to me. Alright then, I'll draw one away while you handle the other. Weird how, you know, the other one would just stick around instead of going straight for her. I'm gonna absolutely wreck you. I need some crits. Done you. Interject has no effect. Gotcha. We won, Lefty. Stay away. I beg you. Beg of you. The chat mode and say use your keyword or software keyboard to enter took to and allay Carnus' fears. You're from Slitherbow. Varthan must have sent you then. I was fine until that damned beetle. It's only a scratch, but I'm starting to feel numb and my vision's growing clouded. Worst of all, I dropped my only vial of serum somewhere in these damned woods. Could you find it for me? All the way up there. Oh, there's a dead Senator over there. Hero, there you are. It's done though. I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. You okay, girl? I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that Heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the brush. Oops. Did not mean to use my equilibrium. I don't remember where it would be at. Wait. Pile of leaves. Brush away the leaves and uncover a brilliant green gem. Oh wait, she's not here, she's over here. My bad. I read the map wrong. Did you have any luck? It's beautiful, this has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a man of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. The hero she was. You have to be your own type of hero. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Should hurry back to Slitherbow. Runar and the others are probably worried. Oops. Well, since I started, we'll go ahead. Go back to Slitherbow. Take care of his buddy later. It's only a numbing sensation, he's not dying. Per se. Thank goodness you are safe. I had begun to fear the worst. By all that is dark, you found it. We can proceed with our service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits onto the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be felled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. There's enough drinking here. Saying goodbye. Give me a second. I need a drink. Oh. I'll get one of these. I'll go with root beer this time. Thank you for the little pause. Words failed to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the Blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Tadia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others it will be held in the darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Hero and I learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away, and we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sin Eaters, and as long as he accompanied you. But do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me, and it's telling me now that Hero has business with us. Is something the matter? We're going to a funeral. They've asked us to attend the service. Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darker, as it will take care not to be late, I promise. Going to this one. The elderly woman hands you a candle. She then points over at a nearby corner where you might place it.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Tadia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menin. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
You know I don't deserve such reverence, or I should like to have met her.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing.
That's what we're trying to
Their
do.
prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact. Urianger and I finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Good, you're here. Thanks to the XR's gift. Our next course of action is now clear. Stirring up trouble. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Runcan Empire and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Ixmaya? Indeed we do. Fresh into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Roncan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher a set of instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Roncan texts and translations into a more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Sishia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I am afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. Sure. Let's kill some people. And before you even ask, the answer is no. For to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. It won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherbow where the path diverges. Two tanks and a caster. Should nothing go wrong. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. We must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them unto the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. I am a beacon. Come unto me, children of darkness, so that I may deliver you to your sweet embrace of the night. I don't know. Ooh, hello. Suck up that goodness. Forest Flamingo. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya then, my apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange, what have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? Probably a war. Could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose in the nests and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampments. What a mischievous plan, I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? Should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Sure. Drag you. Giving him smoke bombs. I didn't mean to pull that, but oh well. Wild swines. Oof. Boom. Oop. I saw something over here where I can get some XP. As a summoner. It's a tiny bit of XP, but it's better than nothing, and plus, you know, gets me another thingamajigger on my my exploration log. There we go. Getting closer and closer to 79. It's got to be connected to this tree. There it is. Oof. Oh, I was kind of hoping that I'd knock both of them out at the same time. Oh, well. Oh, well, another burlap sack. The guard returned to Slitherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we needed. How did you fare? Here you go. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. A beautiful plan. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spiders' nests. If the fates are kind, they will be clear. The way will be clear. Another tomato. It's gonna more than likely see me. Nope. Up there's the airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Now we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere. Help, someone help, we have to save the spiders. Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see it to it any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Y'shtola more time. Should any more get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Heard. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now if you are both ready. Yep. I'm actually... Is my character taller than Thancred? Oh, yeah, slightly. I think I'm slightly taller than Thancred. I believe I gave my character the correct height. I'm supposed to go this way. Hi, guys. Wow. That was quite the sneak-in. The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on those walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time. 'Twould behoove us to learn all that we can. Yay, I get to look at murals. Examine the murals and take note of what events they may depict. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the mural and examine it with R2/X. I get to go over here. Yep. Primitive mural. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. Nothing up top. The mural appears to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. And the mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The essential figure is considerably faded. I think I remember this part.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it. Slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was. But he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. "One day you will all be here too," he said. "Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself?" I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, hero, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Well, there were these three. Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. An unwanted proposal. Let us hurry to Slitherbow, the others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you'll be the first to know. And unfortunately, I gotta end this here, because it's hit the 2-hour mark. Thank you all for watching. This has been part 121 of my livestream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. Keep up with the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. The no spoilers, please. In the next part, we will continue the story. Catch you then. Later.